Men have lost their center. And because of this, women think a lot of them are pathetic. Oh, the sage-like advice I give sometimes, huh? My friends, in reality though, men have lost their citizenship and their higher purpose in life. We have lost our center. What I mean by that is the traditional type of human being, the traditional man, his whole life was centered around progress, the expansion of his personal power and the power of the tribe. This was his first principle. You see, he used to be a citizen of the spiritual world. He had this spiritual quest, whether it was towards enlightenment or towards glory or towards some ideal, some heroic ideal. He also had this quest to serve and provide and expand the power of his tribe. And then he had this purpose for his family and for himself. And this is what masculine energy is. It is forward-oriented towards progress. And the thing is when we're not making progress on something that's meaningful to us because we have lost our citizenship, when we're not making progress, we just don't have the jazz of masculinity. We're not really a man anymore. And because of this, what do men do? They make pleasure and romantic connections the center of their world. They become nice guys. They try to be nice to everyone. They're always like seeking something to gain. And this is almost anti-masculine. And whether women know it or not, their biology reacts to this. Like women like the more dangerous, driven type of man, whether they admit it or not. It's just a reality. And it's because this man is making progress. And what I want to share inside this video is what this feels like inside the body of a man. You see, I was just alone basically for a few weeks there in the wilderness. And for the first time in my adult life, I felt really content with myself. In fact, I was thriving. I felt enormous joy. I was hiking the mountain every day. I was starting this channel. My other channel was growing rapidly. My one-on-one coaching, my men's community, like the things that give me a lot of purpose in this life were all blossoming after tons and years of work. And in that, I felt a lot of progress in my personal health and vitality and changing my diet and prioritizing, vitality. I felt all of this new growth. And in that, for almost the first time ever, I didn't even have a thought of wanting a woman, of wanting a relationship, of wanting a substance, or needing more out of life. I was like really content with myself because I had all of this progress happening. I had all of this expansion of my will to power, or my feeling of life itself. And in that, I realized the truth about life is that because we are disconnected as men from our natural sources of purpose, our purpose to a larger whole, our tribe, our family, a lot of us don't know where to make progress in our lives. And if we're not making progress, we're gonna seek to fill the void that purpose and progress should fill. Right? So if you're working a job you don't really like, and you're not like making progress on your personal health goals, on your creative goals, on your spiritual goals, like on your frontier, wherever it may be, you're gonna try to fill your void. Meaning you're gonna reach for the substance, you're gonna reach for the people, the friends, the women. And like, hey, there's a place for relationships, there's a place for friendships, there's a place for having fun, right? There's a place for all of it. What I'm saying is that masculine energy in general is about being fulfilled with progress. Like when you have this, you have the most like magnetic, peaceful joy about you. And in that, this is the most attractive quality to women. This is the most like authentic quality that men respect in other men, is the sense of, vitality in his soul, in his body, in his spirit. And so I was making all this progress, and like, my friends, for the last year and a half of my life, since my breakup, I didn't even realize it, but like thoughts of women trying to date was a huge distraction for me. I was often thinking about women almost every night going to bed because, I felt like a void in that place in my life. I was thinking about the substances I left behind. I had a couple minor relapses of certain things like tobacco many times. And I was just so much more prone to vice. I was so much more prone to distraction. I had this neediness about me. And honestly, like, to give you a real reflection into my soul, into my nature, is like eagerness, neediness, and like craving. These kinds of like energy is something I've grappled with my whole life. And I'm finally like, accepting and healing those parts of me, and also just overcoming those parts of me. And those parts of me grow strongest when I'm in a place of distressed life or unhealthy life. An unhealthy life in a man is someone who has weak energy, who doesn't have a lot of will to power, and doesn't have much space to master. It's almost like an animal in captivity. When you're living in one of these apartments, right? You don't have much physical space and physical purpose around you. You don't have a brotherhood where you're going to conquer new lands or go hunting together or build houses together. You don't have family, you don't have tribe, and you don't know your purpose in life. You're very limited on your space, on your will to power. You can still do it creatively, spiritually, physically. Like, there's a lot of spaces where you can make progress. But I'm saying, like, most men aren't making progress. And because of this, you're coming at life from this place of weakness, from this place of neediness, where you need substances, you need the release, you need the escape to have fun. And women have this nose for discernment. This is what the red pill like doesn't understand about women. Is women, a good woman that is, intuitively knows where you're at in your own body. A good woman can sense what kind of man you are in moments, in 10 minutes. Is this man comfortable in his own skin? Is he confident? Does he know his purpose? Is he, does he have principles? Good women are looking for these things, and good women exist. And I think it's actually the best reflection for a man is men and women are meant to have each other. And especially in more mature relationships, like, the women are the mirror for the man. They're a reflection of, they're basically gonna reflect and amplify whatever you bring to the table. So a lot of men right now are nice guys, they're purposeless, and they're a slave to all the pettiness of their lowest nature. The pettiness of wanting more out of life, of needing more pleasure, of, needing more video games and stimulation, weaponized temptations, of neediness of women, of like wanting women for their bodies and blah, 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 blah. And it all comes down because they are not making progress. Think about, why do men love video games? Why do they love Call of Duty so much? It's because they level up constantly. They can pass those levels and defeat bigger bosses. They feel like they're on a mission. Men crave to feel like they're on a mission. And the more that you can bring mission into your life, the more vital you're going to become. The more of a force of nature you're going to become. And the more happy you're going to be. You're going to get to the point where you don't need much else. Everything else has a place and time in your life. But your mission, your purpose, your progress, if that's primary, life's going to be pretty good. Now, in terms of finding your mission, there's a couple things you can do here. Number one is, I'd recommend you join my men's community. There's a link in the description below. It's a community for builders, for men on a mission or finding their mission. And I'm looking for guys like you to come help build our culture. Shy of that, two things I always recommend to everyone that's helped me a lot is, number one, increase your vitality. Stop draining your energy to distractions, to the weaponized temptations, and get real about your sleep, about your training, and about your diet. My friends, my energy has doubled since I just started eating meat, fruit, and eggs, doubled. Because I was a vegetarian for 7 years. And I feel so much stronger. I feel so much more clear of myself and of my purpose, and so much more testosterone to just... It feels like life's a lot more effortless the more you increase your vitality. So prioritize vitality, and you instinctually get on your mission. And that's the thing is, your mission comes to you very intuitively. It comes as it's a gift from God. It's divine in my worldview. And your instincts will lead you there. So the more that you can increase your vitality and courageously listen to your instincts, the more you're going to align with your mission. And as you align with your mission, as you start making progress in your mission, it is like the life-giving elixir. It is the fountain of eternal youth, my friends, because your mission is going to give you so much energy, so much meaning. Think about the types of men who like die for their country or die for their family or yada, yada, yada. When you have a mission to some higher cause, heroic energy comes out of you, like something that is superior to your own individuality. And that idea is so central in my entire spiritual path and philosophy, is we must live for something bigger than us in order to overcome our own individuality. This is like that heroic energy that has enormous meaning seen from the higher world. So that's all I want to say here before we get too esoteric with it. I'm Christian. Again, men's community, link in the description. Would love to see you there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And this video on being a gangster goes hand in hand with this idea. I'll see you over there. Peace.